Hi there, my fellow mayflies. This is Birdie Sparrow. Tweet, tweet. Bringing you a video on scenario settlement and what you do when you go from one scenario to another. There's been some confusion, even this has been out for a few months, the new way they do it. The old way is all of your stuff when you would go from one scenario to another would just be dumped in Eternaland. Which was very frustrating. This character here, I still have tens of thousands of freaking logs and gravel, and I just don't want to go through and click each one to turn it into astral sand. So I've just been ignoring it. So a little while ago, a few patches back, they put in a new way to do it, which is a scenario settlement screen comes up, and all of your stuff, instead of going to Eternaland, now goes to a transfer pack where you can pick and choose what you want to bring over. Then you can pick and choose what to goes to Eternaland, and the rest you hit button and boom, it's turned into astral sand. Much better. I thumbs up to the devs for this. It's a lot better. So to explain to you what happens, when you go over to new scenario, you will get this screen will come up, scenario settlement, and tells you what's going in your transit storage. That's the backpack that's kind of in between scenario and Eternaland. And it tells you exactly what you're going to be inheriting. Starcrom, Christian, how much energy links you had and what it's being converted over into sand. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So as you know, EL does not transfer over. It's the only currency that doesn't. And it makes total sense as to why, because energy is the primary currency to pump your character up. So total makes sense there. But, I even got stuff from previous things, chrono badges and stuff like that. Tells you how many materials are coming over, consumables, blah, 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 blah. So then you'll hit E to go to your next screen. And these are all the items that are coming from the scenario you're in that will not be transferred over. These are scenario specific, or they're things that are made with specializations in your memetics, things like that. So solar drills don't come over. So my treasure hunter solar drill, nope. Pro tip: if you get an electric drill or an advanced electric drill with treasure hunter on it, it will come over. The solar drill will not. So there you go. But these are things not coming over with me. And then you get resources to inherit. And right off the bat, you can pick what you want to have come over with you right now from the stuff you're carrying from the previous scenario. So I failed to make myself an advanced drill and chainsaw, but I know I have some in Eternaland, so I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, you can pick what you want. Usually, and here you go. Here's your 20,000 transfer points. So usually I bring over one fish and oil, because usually right off the bat, I'll eat this and I'll just go crazy on copper, on ore, on wood. And I'm pretty much set in the very beginning. Really not much else I bring over. Let me just see if there's any deviants I wanted offhand. I don't think there was anything that I really needed. Nope, I don't see it. Okay, so we're just going to bring this. So we're going to confirm it. Confirm. I always like complete myself. And now we're going to go ahead and land in my new scenario, and we'll be right back to talk about the transfer pack after you get to the new scenario. So see you in just a minute. Okay, so here I am in my new scenario. Brand new level, nothing on me, no weapons, all that. So what do you do from here? You go into your inventory, and we're going to talk about the transit storage pack first. So the transit storage pack, like I said, is everything that comes over with you from your old scenario. You notice you have 30 days to go in and what they call settle this up, which is transfer stuff to Eternaland, transfer stuff to you, and then turn everything else into Astral Sand. At the end of 30 days, if you have not done this, the pack is automatically made into Astral Sand. So if you had a 5/5 combat deviant with 3 god traits on it and you forget to move it on either yourself or Eternaland, it's gone. It is non-recoverable. So be very, very aware of that. Do not let this go too long. If you have to, take 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, find someplace safe, just go through it, and get it done. If nothing else, get all the stuff you want to keep out of there. And then, if you're like, yeah, I'll get to this stuff later, and you forget, and it gets turned into Astral Sand, it's not a total loss. So you would go to your transit storage. And like I said, this everything came from your previous, is on the right. On the left is actually what you currently have in Eternaland, your Eternaland pack. So under transit storage, you'll see you get various, you can look at everything. And they do have it broken out nice, and you can collapse it and all that. So cool there. You can look at them individually. So what I tend to do is weapons, to me, weapons are not worth bringing over, not for the transfer points. Weapons can be made so quickly, same thing with armor. So I'm just going to sell them all. And they do have down here, you can press and hold the G button, and you can sell them all. And it can convert all weapons. It'll tell you how much Astral Sand, confirm, done. This is so much easier than just constantly going through everything. So, okay, I got rid of my weapons. And you notice you have a max. You can only have 500 weapons in your transit storage. Go to armor. For me, armor is the exact same thing. Armor is, expensive to bring over. You bring over your level 5. You can't wear it till you're 40. Why? So all these get sold. And after that, you go through your other things. So you get to go through your deviations. What do you want to keep? What do you not want to keep? You don't need a crappy, 1/1 extra dimensional cat. You can get rid of it. So if you decide to withdraw them, they will go into your Eternaland pack. They just pop right over. So to give you an example, like I'm going to keep my Zap Cam. So I withdraw it. Boom. It has now appeared in my Eternaland pack. And what you're doing here is everything here is going to go into your Eternaland pack, and then you will go into your Eternaland pack as normal to inherit your resources to then bring them over to you. So that's how the storage works. Same thing with tools. But anyways, this is how transit storage works. So you just go through, figure out what you want, and then at the end, just sell it all. Get rid of it. Or if you want to keep everything and deal with it later in Eternaland, you could just hit withdraw all, and whatever you're in, consumables, all whatever, it will all transfer over. So if you just don't want to deal with the transit pack right now, you want to keep everything because you just don't know, withdraw all, boom, done. I'm not going to do that. I'll go back in later and take stuff out. But after you go through all this, said what materials you're going to keep, if any. I try to keep 1,000 of everything except for the really, really common stuff. You're good to go. So that's what the transit storage is. It's this intermediate between your end of scenario, new scenario, and Eternaland. It's kind of from here to here, making it easier for you to maintain your inventory and not go crazy in Eternaland, because I got on my main, like I said, I've got so much stuff I gotta go through. So that's really it. So there you go. That is how the new transfer system works between scenarios. I hope this helped. If it did, please like and follow. Love to answer questions during game. You can follow me on Twitch as Birdie Sparrow. Love teaching people the game. Love this game, hands down. Best game I played in quite a while for me, on my personal opinion. So everyone have a nice day.